You will be hunted. The White City for certain. The Council. And there will be others. You would wage this war alone?
No. Not alone.
Welcome anyone to my YouTube channel. This is Everett, aka 2Beast2Kill You, aka the Beast with the Least. And I can't contain my excitement. I really can't. Like, seriously, Darksiders 4 has been announced. And I'm just so overjoyed. I honestly, not even kidding, honestly thought the franchise was dead. I know it's not the most popular series. It doesn't sell millions and millions of copies, but it sold well enough that, you know, the first game did get a sequel. There was a third one, probably because there was a lot of, you know, fan requests or whatever. And, you know, there's that side game, Genesis, or prequel game, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I legitimately thought we were not going to get a Darksiders 4. And the fact that today, August 1st, THQ Nordic, they had a showcase, a digital showcase, a bunch of games. You know, there were some games on there that obviously something for everyone. My only focus is Darksiders 4. They announced a Darksiders 4. Man, yeah. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm also excited about the details. So if you go on the website, the Darksiders 4 .thqnordic.com, and you read up on the game, you know, there's not a lot. They have some screenshots from the trailer. You know, a little thing, link to get it on, or pre-order it on Steam, or wish listed, I think. I don't think you can pre-order it just yet. Yeah. Not a lot. The trailer, too, tells you, you know, it's going to be on Windows, PS5, Xbox Series XS, which actually, for me, is super exciting, because no release date announced, but if it's going to be on this current gen of console, or set of consoles right now, it means it should be releasing hopefully within the next year. Anyways, so the details, you know, says the game, the legendary saga of the Four Horsemen continues in Darksiders 4, an all-new action-adventure set in an apocalyptic version of Earth, and continues where the original Darksiders game left off. Darksiders 4 is a third-person action-adventure game featuring combat, traversal, and puzzle-solving in a lore-rich post-apocalyptic world. You know, standard stuff. If you've played any of the Darksiders game, you know what you're, well, maybe you know what you're getting, but honestly, maybe not. Darksiders 1 is more of a, you know, hack and slash character action game. Darksiders 2, or Darksiders 1, Darksiders 2 is actually kind of almost like a Zelda clone in a way, with, you know, the dungeons and the way the puzzles are and everything, a little bit more open world than the first game. Then there was Darksiders Genesis, which is just a top-down shooter. You know, almost, well, not a shooter. It's kind of like a Diablo clone. You play as War and Strife. And Strife has guns, where War has a big-ass fucking sword. And then the third game is actually a lot more Souls-like, where you play as Fury and you use a whip and everything. Yeah, that's always been a little, you know, weird to me that they went that direction. But, you know, I mean, it came out during a time where, I mean, we're still kind of in that time where Souls-likes are very popular. You know, people play Souls-likes all the time. So, yeah. Doesn't look like they're going to go that route this time. So, when you go to the game feature, look at the game features section, it says choose your horsemen, take up one of the legendary horsemen, each with their own unique weapons and combat styles. So, yeah, this was like the promise they made years ago at least after the first game, or I think what their original idea of the first game was you could play as all the different horsemen, but then they had to scale it back and you only played as War. But they wanted to at least at some point get to where you play as all the 4 horsemen. You play as War, Death, Strife, and Fury. You know, War has a big ass sword, Death has his scythe, Fury has her whip, and yes, I said her, even though it's the 4 horsemen, one of them's a woman. And then Strife has guns. Which is a little side. I always thought it was weird that they went with naming 2 of them Strife and Fury, and not having Famine and Pestilence. You know, it's just a little weird. I guess maybe they were like, well, how can we make Famine and Pestilence into, you know, gameplay ideas or whatever. I mean, you know, War is just War. You could just have it action. Death, obviously, he has more magic than War does, so you can kind of see where they were going, like, oh, maybe Death has a little mysticism with it, and da-da-da-da. But, you know, I don't know, maybe Pestilence, there's a lot of poison gameplay or something. I don't know. Whatever. Yeah, so next one says cinematic combat. Experience fast-paced, visceral action blending melee, fluid traversal, and supernatural abilities. Which to me sounds like they're going back to the gameplay style of Darksiders 1 and 2, where it's more like a Devil May Cry than a Dark Souls game, which, you know, to me it's not a big deal. I mean, regardless, I didn't finish Darksiders 3, but played enough that I still enjoyed the combat enough, and I'm a Souls fan, so, you know, I could take either or. But I can see why they would want to go back, because Darksiders 3 is kind of looked at as probably the least favorite of the games, so that would make sense. Next bullet point, expansive realms to explore. Journey through apocalyptic landscapes, each teeming with secrets, enemies, and mythic bosses. So that tells me that it's going to be, yeah, basically more Darksiders 2, where, yeah, you know, it's going to have the combat of like Darksiders 1 and 2, but the maybe the more open world aspects of Darksiders 2. Yeah, and obviously you'll get to play as the different horsemen. Also, they don't say it on the website, but if you go to the Steam page for Darksiders 4, it does say online co-op. So, looks like they're gonna actually do what they wanted to do. They did say they wanted to have an online co-op, you know, have online co-op with the 4 different horsemen years ago. And so, this looks like they're finally like, okay, let's get this done. This is the 4th game in this series. You know, I do feel a little bit bad that Strife's not getting his own game. You know, War got his own game. Death got his own game. Fury got her own game. Strife got a prequel game where he shared the story with War. Still, regardless, everything that they've put out of this game, you know, I'm just super excited about, and I cannot wait for this game to come out. This is going to be a day 1 release, and I'm going to play through all the games again. I actually just went ahead and bought all the games on Steam because I have them on my Xbox, but I kind of want to play them on my computer. So they had the bundle on Steam right now, $20. My suggestion: go buy that. Anyways, yeah, but Darksiders 4. I hope everyone else is excited as I am. But all right, until next time, I'll catch you later.